See what I'm talking about? But yeah, tonight we're going to talk about reason. Reason. What's your reason? What's your reason, man? What's the reason you do that? Alexa, what is the meaning of reason?
As a noun, reason is usually defined as a basis or cause, as for some belief, action, fact, event, etc. As a verb, reason is usually defined as to think or argue in a logical manner. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for reason.
Basis of cause. Yeah, what's your reason? I heard a very wise woman tell me one time, Miss Robin was, we was having a conversation, and she said, see, there's always a reason behind a reason. She said most people reasons are valid, but to truly understand the cause, you got to understand the reason behind the reason. That's when you get to truth. That's when you get sincerity. That's when you get vulnerability. What's going on, Chris K. Mayfield? More power to you, man. She said, but most people ain't gonna let you know the reason behind the reason. So I got to chewing on that thing, man. And every day I chew on that thing, man, I had to swallow a little bit more understanding. See, when I say chewing, you keep going over, looking at it deep, understanding how it works. And every time you swallow, you begin to see it, man, in real life, to really understand it. They say when you see how it works, you can work it, right? So I've been chewing on that thing, man. And that's what brought me here tonight, about reason, man. I worked with a dude, man, worked 12 hours for the last month. He worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Tired in a motherfucker. But understand, boy making that bread. So I asked him, I said, this after I'm chewing on this. See, this is a swallow right here. See how this works. So I said, hey, man, why you working all that overtime like that, man? He said, hey, man, trying to get a family vacation in, man, before August, man. So I'm just trying to get it all in, man, get this money wise here, man. So, you know, I can do this thing one last time, man, for the kids go back to school and everything. I said, yeah. So that's his reason. That's his reason, right? Boom. But like I say, I've been chewing on this thing what Miss Robin West told me. So I said, let me swallow something. I said, let me swallow a little bit. I said, yeah, but why you feel like you need to go on vacation? Let's go to the reason behind the reason. He said, yeah, man. My wife been on me, man. You know what I mean? She was like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't been doing shit. And I've been working, but she ain't really understand. I'm really working trying to get there. So, you know, it's like, man, she been on me, man. Like, we ain't done shit. We don't do shit. So it's like, you know, I'm like, damn. So now I empathize with it. And I felt it. And I realized, man, this motherfucker tired as hell. But he truly got a reason, man. That he don't work 29 plus days, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And I'm like, damn, I felt his reason. I said, damn. I said, be strong, stay strong, man. He said, hell yeah. Shit ain't gonna be too much longer though. So fight your fight, man. So I understood his reason. See how that works. And a lot of time, man, the reason, I always go back to a feeling. See how that works. Emotions. See, feelings and emotions. See, your feelings are emotions. Your emotions are The energy that the feelings create. And when you put them in motion, you see what I'm saying? You be emotionally doing things. So I felt that emotion. I know the emotion, the energy of a man giving it all I got so that I could give my family something I feel like they deserve. I know that emotion. I could empathize with that emotion when I felt his true reason. See how that works? Yeah, we talking about reason tonight. What's the reason, man? Alexa, what is the meaning of cause?
Calls is a form of the word call. As a verb, call is usually defined as to cry out in a loud voice, shout. As a noun, call is usually defined
Alexa, what is the meaning of because?
as a conjunction. Because is usually defined as for the reason that, due to the fact that. As a preposition, because is usually used directly before a noun, adjective, verb, interjection, etc., to convey a very concise rationale, excuse, or explanation.
Yeah, I hope you listened and paid attention to Alexa because she don't be bullshit when she be saying the definition. But because. So I told you the cause behind the cause, in most cases, is associated with a feeling about something, right? It's always the cause behind the cause. I want to tell a little life story. And as I'm chewing on this and swallowing things, this happened to me about a month ago. I was down at my mom and dad's house, right? And I was cutting my dad's hair. And my daddy said, yeah, man, I used to cut hair. I'm like, man, go ahead on, man. You ain't got to cut no hair, man. I said, yeah, I remember you used to cut our hair, but you couldn't cut it right, right? So my mama said, yeah, he used to be proud when he cut your hair. He used to say, baby, look at that round me on. Say, baby, look at that round me off I put on that thing. And I'm like, what? So what I understood, I said, Mom, you mean to tell me he used to be proud of the round me off? She said, yeah, he used to love when he put that round me off on your head, right? Now check this shit out, right? So I'm swallowing this. What's the reason behind the reason? And sometimes in life, you got to chew through your own shit because you can go through life having a reason, but you don't really understand the reason behind the reason. And that's why motherfuckers be, I'm going to get back to that at the end of this story. That's why motherfuckers be, right? But check this out. So my mama say, yeah, he used to be proud around me out, right? So I remember, man, all my friends in Hidden Valley, they went to the barbershop and shit. You know, they was middle class, goddamn, yeah, you know, everybody was damn some real shit. Wasn't no West Side shit growing up in Hidden Valley. You was damn near like the Cosbys, everybody over that motherfucker. So anybody who don't understand true Charlotte history and try to associate Hidden Valley with some thug shit, some drug shit, or anything, they ignorant as hell if they ain't never saw Hidden Valley for what it truly is. That was a true community of black men and black women that came together as known as a family raising children with true posture and order. That's what Hidden Valley represent. So staying in Hidden Valley, my daddy was on some other shit, getting me around me off and proud of that shit. So I go outside, man. Them motherfuckers used to pick at me, man, and say, man, look at that motherfucker shape up. He got to round me off, right? And I remember feeling like, man, this motherfucker ain't gonna cut my hair no more, right? And I was about 11 and 12 about then, man. Motherfucker getting around me off. So I started trying to evade, you know what I mean? Evade him cutting my hair. I started searching outside with my cousins. Every time I go down to my grandma's house and shit, I'm like, man, you know how to cut hair? Give me a haircut. You know what I mean? So my dad ain't there. I got me a haircut. I had that mindset at 10. I got me a haircut, Daddy. You ain't got to cut my hair. Give me no goddamn round me off, right? So it became a struggle trying to get a damn good haircut. So I remember like, shit, I can't depend on nobody. I can't depend on nobody. So I got them clippers, man, and just started cutting my hair, man. By 13, man, I was real as hell on my own head. You know what I mean? What's going on, Dean? Oh yeah, oh yeah. But the real cause why I started cutting hair was because the feeling that I had felt, man, when my friends picked at me by having the round me off. And now I'm realizing this motherfucker was proud of the round me off. That's what caused me to be a master barber, man, by the time I was 15 years old, man, with gifted hands. That's what caused that. So the cause behind the cause, right? But going back to the original shit, because. See, most people know the reason, but there's always a reason behind the reason. And if people don't know the reason behind the reason, and I told you the reason behind the reason is always and about feelings and how feelings create your mind, your ideas, your thoughts. See how this works? So when people don't understand that, they don't know. They do some crazy shit. And they say, why did you do that? And the only thing they can say is because. And you mean, what you mean because? They say because I don't understand what I feel. And if I don't understand what I feel, then you're going to be the cause, the reason that I get ready to put this energy in motion and do some crazy ass shit. Why you do it? Because you became the cause. You became the reason. But the reason behind the reason, a lot of people don't know that, man. See what I'm talking about? A lot of people don't know that. So when I talk about reason, man, I talk about reason. Just like I use the guy working overtime. The reason behind the reason is because it was a commitment that he had with his wife, his woman, and his family. She became the cause and the because. He gave all he had to fulfill a feeling. He understood what his true cause was. You see how that works? You see, and as a man, nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman. I don't care what level you on. When I say woman, I mean mother. I mean wife. I mean daughter. I mean every position that the female naturally plays. Woman. Nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman. That reason could be to conquer the world and build everything that this woman needs. Or that reason could be to destroy the world. But the reason always, man, when it comes to a real man who stands as a man in posture of a man, not in ideas, not in words, but in actions, in deeds, as a man. Mathematically, I can break it down and show you to its purest form. It's a woman now. It's a woman now. And if it ain't, I don't know if we're dealing with a man in accordance with all the things I said. See how that works. But when you're dealing with understanding that nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman, that's some powerful shit. And you got to chew on that to understand, man, your own reasons. But see, most people don't know their own reasons because that first reason is always associated with feelings. And when these feelings ain't good, we lock them away. So they're always looking for anything to be the cause because they don't want to look at the reason behind the reason. You see how that works? So that reason behind the reason gets blocked in so much that they don't want to deal with it. Now they become unvulnerable to anything and anybody. Alexa, what is the meaning of vulnerable?
The adjective vulnerable is usually defined as capable of or susceptible to being wounded or hurt, as by a weapon. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for vulnerable.
Capable of being acceptable, by being hurt or wounded. So the reason she can't tell you how she feel is because I ain't no motherfucking child. And you just can't tell me what the fuck you gonna tell me. But the reason behind the reason, if you go all the way back to when she was a little girl in her most vulnerable state of understanding that she's a female. Could be any type of issue that don't feel good. And she protected. She protect her reason to why she can't love. She protect her reason to why she can't submit. She protect her reason to why she can't trust. See how this works? And we all are just children that has gotten old. We all just children that has gotten old. They said, why the reason he be doing that shit? Cause when he was 8 years old. So what's the reason, man? But the only way to truly understand the reason. See, I say we all we got, we all we need. See, let me help you understand what I mean by that. When you truly care, and you understand what this heroism and what the spirit is really about, man, to understand we all we got, we all we need. See, I don't play games with you. I say nobody coming back. You came. I'm the son of a gun. Ever since that motherfucker shot me, ain't nothing been able to stop me. It was 500 million sperm cells that came out of that gun. And goddamn, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Out of all them goddamn sperm cells, I became the only one. And not only me, I'm talking about you too. I feel like goddamn, I'm talking about you too, brother. That's how goddamn the wrestlers used to do. Goddamn, we are mighty. We are mighty. That's the we. And if you don't understand that it's a power invested in you and me, we ain't got to know what it is. We can't know what it is, but we know it's real. And we are part of it. And when you understand that, man, and you know that we, when I say we, I ain't just talking about no shit. I'm talking about you and me. When we care enough in the spirit of real heroism, we're able to open up our reasons behind the reasons and just be two children. See, that's when the Bible always tell you to be childlike, not in the way of goddamn fuck that shit. I'm talking about when he say be childlike, to be in the mind of freedom, vulnerability. Imagine what a child is in a room. They're so vulnerable. Their whole existence depend on those that care. Their whole existence, it depend on those that care. You have to care for a baby. You have to care for a child. So in true heroism, in the spirit of heroism, those that you are sharing this shit with, you got to be able to, man, to be childlike in conversation and experiences, to just be the children that's within us all, vulnerable to each other. That's when the we happens. That's when the Holy Ghost happens. That's when the hero spirit happens. I can call it whatever you want to call it, but that's how it happens. So when we understand that, man, through sincere conversations, brothers share their reasons, man. I'm talking about the reasons behind the reasons, man. The reasons behind the reasons. Them be some heavy ass shit, man. But they be so simple. They be so simple, man. So I say, what's the reason, man? What's your reason? What's your reason? What's the reason? You can't commit to a woman. See, understand this, man. We all we got, we all we need. See, that breaks down like goddamn a tree. We all are a product of a man and a woman. They have a child. That's what I wear on my chest every day of my life. I wear this on my chest every day of my life. The mother. This is her womb. The father. This is his penis. The tubes, the eggs, these are the children. Mother, father, child. That's the foundation of family. That's the foundation of you. That's the foundation of me. That's the foundation of we. So the true foundation of we, all we got, is my connection with my woman. That's the true foundation of me and the we. And when me and her become one, we become true one that's connected to another one. And another one. And another one. And we don't die, we multiply because everyone multiplies. And we become a true community. I'm talking about a connection of folks that have a common sense of unity. My common sense of unity is me and my woman and my family and my home and my responsibility. And what we establish goes out into the world to be a part of it and contribute to it and to push it further. See how that works? So if you don't understand this, then you need to find out and chew on your own reason. Because when you really understand your reason, I say, ain't nobody above the bullshit. It'll make you better if you really know how to deal with it. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. But to deal with it, to deal with yours, you got to understand the real reason, man. You got to understand the real reason, man. You see what I'm saying? This shit I'm talking tonight, man, about reason. I knew this Asian guy. I ain't gonna say his name, but this real shit. This type of the shit, man, I care so much that I could be wrong right now for telling this story, but my reason behind it is because this shit taught me to truly see. I chew on shit like this to truly see, to understand it, not in the mind, not in television, but to understand it right before me. I'm talking about the experiences of we, right? So this guy, he don't talk. He don't let nobody know nothing. He's like a fucking walking chamber. He works out. He's your typical little Asian. He's strong than a motherfucker. He don't let nobody know nothing. But I told him, I said, listen, man. I said, I understand that, man, but we in here, man. You know what I mean? Gonna be real with me now. So we get to talking. And I started to understand his reasons, man. I started to understand his reasons. And as I'm kicking my judo on him, when I'm kicking my judo, see, they say, what makes you a master? Watch this. Alexa, who is the master?
Shonuff.
See, Shonuff is the master. And Alexa say Shonuff is the master because, see, we always talk about, say like when you're young, they say, you with the wrong crowd, you with the wrong spirit. Man, they always give spirits when you talk shit like that and influence. We always give it to them negativity. We always give it the power to negativity. That's why even Alexa thinks Shonuff is the master. But Shonuff arch nemesis and rival is Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy found his glow, but Bruce Leroy really had to understand that he was the master. And when he realized, man, the power that he seek outside is within him. Just like it's within you, it's within me. And when we understand that, man, good God Almighty. See how that works? What's going on, Bigger Bigger? I love you, man. I salute you, brother, for paying me some attention because I know, man, that attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. So I salute you for paying me some, brother. You are enough, always have been, always will be. So when Bruce Leroy understands that he's the master, he found his glow. He found his glow. And his music came on. And he began to be all the things that he aspired and saw himself to be. So when I'm kicking my goddamn judo as a mighty, mighty hero, as a mighty, mighty hero, hood soul, laid back, the honorable Trail P, as I'm kicking my goddamn judo in real life with my glow. He began to talk to me. And open up. And I hit him, I say, hey, man, you ever told anybody this shit? He said, nah, man, I ain't never told nobody none of this shit. He said, I don't even know, man. He said, man, it's like you got me under a spell or something, Trap. I say, nah, man. My little boy just in the room with your little boy. I said, man, we can play, man. Ain't nobody in here to hurt nobody. We just want to play. I said, that's how it works. That's what makes people open up to each other, to truly understand we. And when he felt himself, man, as a little boy, man, as a little boy in there, yo, Trap, he started opening up about how he was raised. You know, his oldest brother, 70 something. But he in his 30s. So now I'm starting to realize. Well, Trap, you want to talk about poor? Refugees in his 30s. Now his mom and dad are millionaires. But he got something to prove. He got so much hurt in him that he just work out and work. But ain't nobody gonna ever understand his real reason, man. But he showed it to me. And I could be wrong for saying this, but my reason is cause, goddamn, what else I'm gonna do with it? What else I'm gonna do with it? I got to come on here and do something with it. I hope what I'm doing with it is giving you the game so you can see how it works. To truly understand, man, so you can understand you, that you to understand that we are part of we, and man, we can really be like we all we got, we all we need, man. As parents, we got to understand this shit, man. We got to understand this shit, man. Talk about reason behind the reason. And when you begin to see how it works, you begin to see it. And it's like everybody's life is like a movie. It's like mathematics. You understand emotions and feelings through empathy. We all done experienced the same thing over and over. We done experienced heartbreak. We done experienced death. We done experienced happiness. We done experienced joy. Everybody have experienced all the same shit. So those experiences are like mathematics. When you get to that feeling, that's a 7. There's many ways you can get to that feeling. You can take the 5 to 2. You can take the 6 to 1. You can take the 4 to 3. It don't matter, but when you understand what that is, you see the lanes that go to it. So through that understanding, that's called empathy. Now you can understand the feelings of another to truly understand their reasons without talking. You just put your fists out there and you can feel the reason. See how that works? So to show it to you in a real way. I see a little girl, man. Pretty little girl. Pretty little girl, man. Precious little girl. Like every little girl. Beautiful. Precious. Worthy of all the care and nourishment. To truly be built to blossom in her own right nature. You could call it genetics or whatever. But say the little girl, teeth don't come out right. Say the little girl, teeth don't come out right. This ain't about good or bad. This ain't about right or wrong. This is about life. And in more cases, more so than less. And more so than less. This scenario ain't a rare scenario. But let's just say the little girl, teeth don't come out right. I'm talking about come out way wrong more than right. And so the little girl got to look in the mirror at her imperfections. And nobody there to tell her that her imperfections are perfect. So she never truly gets fed the confidence of beauty within. And now she has an insecurity about her mouth. And nobody never ever affirms her that she ain't got to hide. And that reason and that feeling to never feel like a little girl and a beautiful woman. To make you goddamn think her reason is she gay. See how that works? her mind can't imagine feeling like a woman, physically, mentally, or spiritually. She ain't never been put the foundation. But when you understand how that works, see, this is the reason. This is the reason. This is the reason that a child, natural order, requires care. Do you care? Because if you're a parent and you truly understand the we, the mother, the father, the child, and you say, baby, we care. We put ourselves in our position to truly care for our children. Not so much all as physically, not just feeding them and clothing them, but nurturing and cultivating their mind, their spirit, their mighty wind. Their mighty wind. The mighty wind that says, who's the master? And just imagine your mighty wind who knows no more power than to say, shown up. Imagine the mighty wind that has no power within them to realize that they can understand and say, I am. So when the black man and the woman understand that cultivation, we got to put that in them too. The reason for having insurance, for understanding dental, enough to say, put braces on my baby. To put my baby in the best position to feel good in life about him or herself. And so when I see that little girl, man, ain't nobody care enough to see her, to help her. She needed some weed. She needed some weed. She needed some weed. She needed some weed. Because we is all she needed. We is all she needed. She still needed. She 30. She 30. She ain't no little girl no more. She 30. Motherfucker fucked with her when she was 12. She 39. Fucked up. What's the real reason? You'll never know if you don't care. You'll never know if you don't care. Because there's a reason behind the reason. See how that shit work, man? And most people so scared to be vulnerable. That's what's wrong with the black man and the black woman. We're so scared to be vulnerable to each other. We're so scared to be vulnerable to each other. You got a black man and a black woman staying in the same house right now. They stabbing the shit out of each other. Both of them dying on the inside. But they standing strong, trying to prove to each other that I don't hurt, you don't hurt. Motherfucker, you can't do nothing to hurt me. And then go get locked in a room where can't nobody see. And cry like a motherfucker. And then open that door and look for a cause to be fucked up. Say, what's wrong with you? Why you do that? Because. Because what? What's your reason behind the reason? And now the kids fucked up for the same because. And like I started off with Alexa in the beginning of the show, the real reason is because I told you a woman operates through her feelings. If she understands what she wants to feel, what she need to feel, and you understand that to help her cultivate that and know how to make her feel like she need to feel, she'll do every goddamn thing she's supposed to. But when the deal ain't right and the lines don't cross, and the I's ain't dotted, the beat ain't goddamn on rhythm. And it ain't about which one is at fault. The connection ain't there. Go outside and loosen one of them goddamn cables. I don't give a damn which one it is loose. If you any one of the motherfuckers, but if it ain't right, it ain't gonna work. So you got children in the house depending on that connection, and the connection ain't working. So ain't no power being distributed out. So what's the malfunction in the kids? Because what? Them crazy motherfuckers. You see how that works? Yeah. Yeah. And she fucked up. Because her daddy ain't put something in her that was designed to put in her. It's like the motherfucking chair sturdy as hell. Yeah, the chair good, but the screws in the box. Where the fuck them go? I don't know. But the chair sturdy. You can sit in the motherfucker. And I don't mean to start cussing, but I feel good like that, man. That's how the zero. But yeah. So yeah, you can sit in it and everything all good, but the screws in the box. It was a purpose. It was a purpose for them screws, though, wasn't it? Yeah, but we ain't gonna worry about that. It's durable. So a lot of times, man, that's what our relationships be about. On both sides. The positive and the negative cable. The true cause. They got screws left in the box, ain't nobody put in them. So here you is dealing with something. And come down time, come down experiences. You start to realize, damn. So you mean to tell me it's rocking now? Cause. See, they go the real cause right there. It's rocking right now because you ain't put them three screws. Them three screws had a purpose. So because I ain't put them three screws, them becauses could be real emotional shit, man, that associated with a feeling at some point in our life that we experience. So they come out as our expressions. See how that shit work? So that be the real reason. But if somebody don't feel like they care around people that care, you got people been married 20 years and still don't know each other true reasons. Ain't that some shit? I got people been knowing me my whole life. Hell, sometimes more than goddamn none. I feel like my own mom and daddy don't know my real goddamn reason. That's some real shit. And I wake up every day hoping I get to explain and teach my reason. And most motherfuckers that really need to know my reason never will ask. And that's the real reason I get on here every goddamn Thursday in all days of my life and tell this shit. Because sometimes I feel the last people that truly benefit from who you are and what you are the last motherfuckers that goddamn recognize you. But they be the first ones to benefit. So I get on here emotionally and live in my purpose and feel like I got to tell the world. I got to tell the world. Because at some point in my life, man, when I really had something to say, a motherfucker wouldn't listen. See how that works. See how that works. You see how that works. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. As real as it gets. So what's your reason? Like I say, man, every day of my life, I talk about routine. We talked about that in hero training this week. Routine. One of the young men had the word routine. Alexa, what is the meaning of routine?
As a noun, routine is usually defined as a customary or regular course of procedure. As an adjective, routine is usually defined as of the nature of, proceeding by, or adhering to routine. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for routine.
A constant procedure. Alexa, what is the meaning of ritual?
As a noun, ritual is usually defined as an established or prescribed procedure for a religious or other rite. As an adjective, ritual is usually defined as of the nature of or practiced as a formal or ceremonial act or procedure prescribed or customary in religious or other solemn use. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for ritual.
See how that works? Ritual, routine, same thing, but they got two different spells. See, if I talk to you about a routine, see, a routine is something you do every day. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you eat breakfast, you shit, you piss, you do all these things. It's a routine naturally that you do every day. See, that spell associates with just practical thinking. But then see, when I say what's a ritual, you hear the word religious. So when you think religious, it puts you in the God spell. So now when you say, oh, a ritual, he doing a ritual. See, but it's the same goddamn thing. Work the same way. Now I want you to understand how the power of words work, right? So if you like one spell or the other, understand the point of both of them to get it. Because when you get it, you got it. And when you got it, you know how to use it and you know how it works and you can make it work for you. And you will be a part of the we, all we got, we all we need. See how that works? So every day, my ritual, my hero ritual, my hero ritual. I stand in that mirror at least 2 times a day. At least 2 times a day. Brush my teeth and look in my eyes. And I ask the questions. What's the reason behind the reason, right? And I always get down to a feeling of understanding to truly know myself. I say words to myself. I cast spells on myself. I be in the bathroom. I be using it. Yeah, I be using it. It's my ritual. Now I can make that sound deep and play spells and games and sound mystical and woke and sound all those type of goddamn, man, Trav got that goddamn knowledge, you know what I'm saying? See, but I can just say, man, that's my daily routine, man, that I do goddamn before I take a shower, when I get off work, when I wake up, and sometimes when I cut the grass, man, I go in there and take me another shower, man, but every time I take a shower, I got to brush my teeth, man, so I just look in the mirror and tell myself, boy, you a hell of a motherfucker. See how that works. But yeah, I hope you got the point of it all, man. Understand your reason, man. Like I say, I don't come on here. I told you, I told myself. I ain't never talking to myself. This is mirror work for me. I can't see you. I'm looking at me. I'm talking to him. You see what I'm saying? Real talk. But what I'm saying is, you talk to him, yo him. You talk to yo her. And I know at least 2 times a day, man, you got to stand in that mirror. Use that motherfucker. Hey, look, that's a powerful tool, man. I ain't trying to play the game with you. I'm giving you the game. If I wanted to play the game with you, I'd be on here being a preacher, using the God spell, telling you it's something in me, telling that God divine me. I'm one of the chosen. You chosen to listen to me. See, I never tell you no shit like that. I never play that game on your mind to say, goddamn, it's something in me that ain't in you, and you supposed to sit before me and let me tell you I got a connection to something that you can't get. Man, I never play that game with my brothers and sisters. I'll tell you what's in me is in you, and you better understand how it works, because I don't want you following me, and I don't want you looking for me for answers. I need you beside me, ready to fight this motherfucking fight, man, and I'm talking about have a common sense of unity and understand that we all we got, we all we need, and we all need and got the same damn things, man, in this world fighting the fight, trying to maintain and do this shit without straining. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn, that's what I need you to be. So I'm trying to give you the game, so you can work it for yourself. I don't want to work it on you. I don't want to work it on you. And I'm so real about this shit. It ain't a man on planet Earth that can stand before me and tell me he ain't working the game. Versus giving the game. Because if I give you the game, and you really understand, man, you're going to work it for the mother, the father, the child, man, the black family. You're going to be it. You're going to be it. You ain't going to be working to become it. You ain't going to have ideas. I say we romanticize the ideas of becoming something more than we have the reality of being something. Trav, you trying to become one of them podcasts. I ain't trying to become a motherfucking thing. I've been me since my birthday. And putting on some headphones and a microphone don't mean a motherfucking thing to me. I create a podcast and food line if I got something to say. And I ain't never got to think about it. My thoughts operate through it all day, every day. I ain't got to pray. My every thought is a prayer. I feed myself words every day, definitions every day, just so I can work it. That's what I mean when I say wake up every goddamn day and run the play. I ain't got the answers. I just got to run the play. That's what I'm saying. I love you, man. I love you, man. We're going to play this shit right here one more goddamn time. Cause, hey, Blow, we're going to play this one more time. Hey, Blow, I love you, man. Like I say, Blow, you my favorite rapper, bro. Hold on, Blow. Hold on, Blow. Hey, Blow, I got to let you know, Blow. Here's what I'm talking about right here, Blow. You know what I'm talking about, Blow? Hey, Blow. Hey, Blow. Hey, Blow, I want this song to be so wrong, man. Hey, Blow, I want you to be lying like hell, Blow. Now I'm kinda starting like who a mirror. Everybody needs something given, but when I need it, don't nobody give it. Ain't that about a picture X fucking turn it back on your first chance to get. Don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody care about me. I ain't no podcast, motherfucker. I ain't none of that. I'm the Honorable Trav P. And I just get on here and talk my talk that I talk every day. For my life. Some say they do, but they really don't. Some say they will, know when they want. Nobody cares. Side is, everybody swear they got your back. Till you need half on the bill. God almighty. Hate yourself, do what's best for the face in the mirror. If you ever broke in the cold, just don't forget who you is. Everybody needs something given, but when you need it, won't nobody give it. Ain't that about a picture X photo, turn it back on your first chance to get. Don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody care about me. Hey, Blow, we wrote this on the side of a pyramid, Blow. Nobody cares. That's me right there. Some say they do, but they really don't. Some say they will, know when they want. along with other masters, man, making sure we sharp so we go out there in that world and kick out judo up against a motherfucker who act like they don't care about this shit, man. I love y'all, man. See y'all next Thursday, man.